Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my review of the Corsair K70. Not RGB, but very unique switch, Cherry MX Blues. Now, as you can see here, we have a very premium looking board with its brushed aluminum look. Very sexy, very premium, very professional. Maybe not. That's I'll let you guys decide on that one. And I have to say, the scroll wheel look pretty freaking fantastic. Has those nice little triangles there. See here if I can capture it for you guys. Nice zoom, and there you go. Take a look at some of those sexy triangles at the scroll wheel, which is always fantastic. Now back to the board itself with its dedicated media control keys, dedicated lighting switch, dedicated Windows disable key, which is fantastic. All dedication, no function here. And what I did not like so much is that the LED here is white, which means it's not red, so it's not as cohesive. And it would be nice for the price if the logo is illuminated, which it's not. Oh well. But they did make up for it by having a very cool looking space bar. Nice and textured, and it feels pretty nice too. But I'm gonna get that back to you on the typing experience of the board. As of now, I'm gonna give you guys a nice good look at the board again, and there we go. Hope you guys like my new camera angle. Got myself a nice little tripod and hopefully get some better content out there. Hopefully. And it's a pretty good layout for the board. No cardinal sins. Long backspace, long shift, nice enter keys. Everything is all nice and neat and laid out. And also, it's per key lighting control. Now how that per key lighting control works is you will soon find out. Even though you already saw it in the intro, I'm going to explain it to you anyways. And I'm going to do it in the dark, which makes it all the more merrier. Alright, now then, about that lighting control is that you hold on to the lighting control button here for 3 seconds or so until it starts blinking. Then you just start clicking on keys to turn the lights on or off. So let's say you want to do your FPS controls. Let's not forget 6. You can do that, and once it records, once you hold it in, oh boy, I hope I don't have technical issues here. And now, voila, have FPS controls, which is also nice. And I'm going to throw you guys an Easter egg in here too. And I'm about to show you this particular lighting control. If you guys can guess what it is, you guys are going to have some nice brownie points. If not, oh well. I'm going to turn off all the lights first. Alright, here goes this particular lighting control. There you go. And if you guys can figure it out, kudos to you. If not, I guess if I get enough messages asking me what it is, I'll probably spoil it. But if not, then you'll never know, which is pretty awesome, right? And we're back, and now I'm going to move on to the cable and the back of the board. Alright, and now at this angle, as my voice is about to break, fantastic by the way, I can show you that this particular keyboard has a USB port and a BIOS switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8, which I did not do my research, so I do not know what that means. 1, 2, 4, and 8. So I'm going to leave it at 1. So some of you that are out there that did do your research, please feel free to tell me about it. If not, then I'll never know. But that's okay. I can live with that. And moving on to the cable, which is a nice, thickly braided cable. But it has silver USB tips. And if you happen to hear someone screaming in the background, that's out of my control. So, feel free to detect what language that is and put it down in a comment down below, and it's going to be a fun little Easter egg that we're going to have. And onto the back of the keyboard, we now have 1, 2, 3, and 4 rubber feet. Well, not really rubber feet, they're just rubber. Yeah, and they do really keep the keyboard in place, which is fantastic by the way. That's always very nice. And now it comes to the stand. For the stand you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what that means is that the keyboard can either be arc upwards, arc downwards, or lifted. Which in the lifted position, it's a quite unique typing experience, believe it or not. You should probably give it a try if you can get your hands on one of these things. Now then, it's quite unique, believe it or not, that there's feet on the bottom, because I haven't really noticed there are any other boards with feet on the bottom. And well, that's quite nice, right? It's quite nice. And it's time we move on to the gaming experience, since there is no software for this particular board. Did I say gaming experience first? Because I mean typing experience. Obviously you guys can read my mind, so here we go. For the typing experience, I gotta say, the Cherry MX Blues are strong with this one. It feels absolutely fantastic to type in. Each and every single keystroke is buttery smooth, and it sounds just fantastic to the ears. And a textured spacebar really makes it nice and fast for blues. Yeah, I find myself typing particularly faster with this spacebar here, moving from word to word as I speed through. It's fantastic. Whoa. As you can see from the sound in the background, it's easily one of my top choices for best typing keyboards. Easily. Feels... This is something that you actually have to feel in order to understand, huh? So let's see. Besides describing as buttery smooth, I don't know how else to say it. It's quite nice to type on. I'm very impressed with that, even though this particular keyboard, it's marketed towards gaming and not typing. It does the typing job really well. Now, we are actually gonna be doing the gaming experience. And once again, since this particular board is marketed for your gamer, it's very handy to have that per key backlighting so that you can set up exactly to the type of game that you're going to play. I guess that's how you could word it that way. And it's quite comfortable to hold for long durations, which is fantastic for FPS gaming. However, it does not have macro features, nor does it have a bank of macro keys. That's probably what the K95 is for, and for those of you that do have a K95, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I think they have 18 keys for your macro bank, which is overkill, but it's nice to have 18 different keys, which makes this keyboard terrible for MMO gaming. Now the blues are quite stiff, and that sound in the background is not going to go away anytime soon, so you and I are both going to have to deal with it. Now, I was saying blues were quite stiff, which means it's not going to be as simple to double tap. But it's not stiff enough where you're not going to be making errors like blacks. Which means it's terrible for RTS gamers as well. And the blues are very loud, which means, for those of you that have watched my gaming reviews, my reviews on video games, you guys probably noticed the clicking sound in the background. Well, that's Cherry MX Blues for you. And if you guys stream or Skype, they're gonna hear that, and they're probably gonna get annoyed. Probably. Unless they are absolute keyboard addicts like this guy here that loves the sound of MX Blues, then that's something else. But more than likely that's probably not the case, so we're probably gonna deal with people complaining that it's too loud. And by the way, this particular board tend to have reds on, at least on my local retailers, they tend to be reds. So when I have a chance to pick up a blue one, I'm all down for it, because I never tried this particular board with blues before. I have reviewed a K65 RGB, but that's with reds. But that's back in my newbie days when I never tried out reds before, so I had my complaints. But now as I grow older, probably a bit wiser, probably not, but grow definitely older, I do feel like reds do have their place. And I might just do another red one day, and that day will come. Just don't know when though, but that day will come. And of course, now we're on to our final section of the review. We either get it or we forget it. Now this particular board retails for $129.99, which is quite a hefty fee, by the way, because with that amount of money you can buy yourself a rainbow keyboard. So whether or not you're happy with red backlighting and cherry blue silky smooth MX switches, then chances are you probably bought this keyboard already, but you just want to hear me praise about it. And I'm gonna tell you it's probably not gonna happen because there's always the bad with the good, and you know, that whole cliche stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow through with that. But I really do feel like, to be completely honest, I really do feel like you get what you pay for here. This particular board feels very premium, and it looks very premium, and you feel like you're getting your money's worth. Now this particular board does come with a plastic key puller and textured keycaps, which I think I do have. Here it is. The hard plastic wrist rest, but the layer on top is soft plastic. So it still doesn't feel that comfortable. I still don't really recommend it. But it's nice to have. It can be a ruler. It can probably do all sorts of kinky stuff, but I'm going to leave that to your imaginations, and I'll go ahead and insert a joke somewhere down there too. That would be fantastic. And a keycap puller and textured keycaps. I don't have that, so I might just put a picture on it somewhere in the link down below so you guys can check it out. But I mean, this is a mainstream keyboard, so most of you that are watching this particular video probably already know what the plastic key puller is, and probably already know what the keycap looks like. So I don't think I'm going to bore you with that, but if you guys really want to see a picture of it, I can always post a link down below if that's necessary. Yeah. And overall, I believe this keyboard does what it sets out to do, which is being a gaming keyboard. But then again, gaming keyboards don't really use MX Blues. So I'm gonna have to say, if you really want a good typing keyboard, this is a hidden gem. I don't know about the DOS professional board. I really would like to get my hands on that somewhere. If one of you watchers are a DOS employee, I would like to loan a review copy. That would be fantastic. I would do some wondrous videos, something similar to this. That'd be great, and I'll get my hands on a DOS keyboard for review, which is awesome. But if that doesn't happen, oh well, I'll get to it somehow. And of course, to get it or forget it, before I give you my rating, I'm gonna start with the whole little model thing, which I still does not, or should I say have not, come up with yet. So I'm gonna steal it from Linus and Jeremy Johns. Like it if you do, dislike it if you don't, comment down below, let me know, and of course, as always, I will give links to those people that I steal their models from, because I believe they deserve the credit for it. Now, on to the rating.